Party people in the place to be, live from 58 Dream Street. We're James with Games. Happy Saturday, folks. Oh, geez. Visual obstructions in the background that will drive me crazy. There we go. A chair with just a pillow on it that just sits there and no one ever uses it as a chair except sometimes Zabra. Cedric in the house. Welcome, my friend. Top tier wordplay. Good, integrating both the title of the game and my episode title into a reference to Final Fantasy, and it all works. Good stuff. Well executed. I'll consider that my birthday present from you. It's my birthday tomorrow. 40 years old. Oh my goodness. Well, fortunately, they say life begins at 40. So we still have time to not only finish, not only finish Space Quest 6, but in the fullness of time, every single game I could ever possibly want to play, surely. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. So yeah, here we are. It's time for episode 2 of our Space Quest 6, The Spinal Frontier playthrough. And I don't think any more ado is required, so let me just fire this up. Yeah, when you think of it like that, if life begins at 40, I am hitting the ground running. It becomes the exact opposite if you think of your adult life as beginning at like 18 or 22. It's like, uh-oh. I'm running several years behind. But hey, whatever. Got a job I like, career. Getting promoted to senior instructor just in time to turn 40. I've discovered a new hobby that I will carry with me into my 40s. And become a drag performer. Totally normal thing for a cisgender, heterosexual, 40-year-old white guy to just suddenly do. Who cares? Never promised to be normal to anybody. And yeah, cool. For this reason of it being my birthday tomorrow, we will not be playing Disco Elysium together tomorrow. I don't know the story entirely of why I can't. I only know that Danielle told me anything you want to do of your own volition on your birthday weekend has to happen between noon and 5 p.m. on Saturday. So even though it's a work night, we're using apparently all of Sunday for something that she's been planning that I don't know anything about. I have a few... I can't stop my brain from putting together clues, which is good. Just playing Space Quest. So I have developed some general ideas of what might be going on, but I don't even want to put them into words because I'm doing my best to be surprised and just enjoy whatever happens. We'll find out. I'll tell you about it after, when I know. But yeah, but the nice thing about even having a general idea and wanting to be like, but I still want to be surprised, is that I can't quite make sense of what it, like, the clues converge on something, but it's hard to put into words exactly what. And I'll tell that story when I'm revealing the whole thing once I know. So, in a not necessarily great instance of game design, Space Quest 6 has thrown two things at us in the early going, leading me to ending episode 1 with my lowest ever number of puzzle points. The first thing is that, in a harkening back to Space Quest 3, we don't have a plot. We have exactly as much as Space Quest 3 gave us, which is a brief shot of someone we did not see saying, implying that they're after Roger. But in Space Quest 3, if you recall, that turned out to be a red herring not connected to what little plot there was, which I wound up missing entirely because there's like one optional puzzle in the game, and it's the one that tells you the plot. Weird. This one, yeah, Roger's on leave. Eventually, it seems like someone's going to come to get him for some reason. In the meantime, the goal of the game is to accumulate puzzle points. I met a guy, a Blade Runner-esque guy, although the voice actor did not do a Harrison Ford impression. Or a Ryan Gosling impression, but how could he have? That would have been... We'd have to really give that guy his flowers if he had pulled that off. So that's part. He gave me this device. And then the other thing, the other questionable game design choice, is that he tells you it's to like track the replicant, essentially, that she's finding. But I found the replicant, and I can get, like, the lights will come on, and then he just kills me. What I discovered just as time was running out last time is that this is a puzzle that first you have to do a very specific thing. You must use the hands in the pocket sub-menu to pop this thing open, and then you must click the
This
open.
button opens and closes the data coder's faceplate.
This is not interfering with my progress, except for like costing me a few seconds, but questionable game design choice to have hands take you to this screen, but then it reverts you to eyes. I believe that I've unintentionally looked at something every single time I've gone to this device. But then if you click open, you see this. Wow, that's elaborate. And then, British, welcome. Glad to have you here. I hope your Saturday is going well. Mine is quite well. I added it to my birthday wish list to Danielle. I said, no pressure, babe, because I know there's only like 2 days here, but my birthday will be ruined if you don't get me this crazy chair for Abra. We'll see if she comes through. So the final thing that I discovered at the very last moment, not the last moment, but pretty close to the end, is that this is a puzzle, but it's not a puzzle that you're ever going to get a clue about in the game. You have to look at the manual, which, as you can see, is mostly just a bunch of, in-fiction jokes. But on this page, and then this non-consecutive page, there's a series of clues that amount to being a logic elimination puzzle that tells you how to put this thing together so that it has, I believe, a shield functionality. I think that's what it says. Yes. In fact, 3 of the things, 3 components, the recalibrating fluctuator, subspace emitter, and particle shield are allegedly not functioning when it's broken. So if you fix it, sounds like it'll just make us survive the encounter, somehow. At any rate, when I discovered this last time, I ran into a problem, which is that I just tried to solve it while looking at the game. And the problem with that, what I realized I should have done if I was going to try that, because you can take the different pieces. The things we have to connect here are, there are 5 slots, there are 5 plates, there are 5 chips, and there are 5 possible settings. So there are 5 sets of 4 that you need to figure out from the logic elimination puzzle. That is clues like, this thing shouldn't go in this thing. The SE plate doesn't use the ERC7 switch. And I was trying to do it just by looking at it. And if I was going to do that, what I should have done is taken every single piece out and shut off every switch, so that as I was determining things, I was keeping a record of exactly what I did know for sure, instead of keeping everything in its place and being like, wait, which parts have I verified and which haven't I? And even doing that would have been hard, because the main part of a logic elimination puzzle is to eliminate the possibilities until you draw it down. That's a lot of preamble to say that I took literally like just less than 3 minutes on Tuesday morning, I think, one morning this week, to write down all the clues in a single place on a single piece of paper and then solve the puzzle. So let's find out if I did that right. First, I'm just going to set up the plates correctly. Hello, Rigodeth. Welcome. Happy Saturday. Glad that you're here with me on my birthday weekend. Okay, so TT goes in B. Great stuff. Where does PS go? PS goes in C.
Didn't that Sally Struthers Learn at Home course teach you not to stack components on top of each other?
I was hoping that we had a mechanically faster swapping system here, but I guess not. I would be explaining all the eliminations as I went, but I didn't keep track because it was simple enough that as long as I was keeping track of what I verified, I could just do it in my mind. And then separately, I have spent so much time in the last 3 weeks explaining logic puzzles to people in my role as a technical writing teacher, where I use logic puzzles to teach about, writing precisely and that kind of stuff. So I could have written this down in a way that was better arranged. I could have put A, B, C, D as the leftmost in my chart. You can see my solution chart here. Why did I put the letters why did I use the plates as the organizing principle? I was just making it harder for myself. Okay. So what's in the right place now? RF should be in A. What should be in D? FC. Waffle syrup! Welcome! Thank you, as always, for subscribing. Waffle syrup has been subscribed for 38 months. So you could all learn something from Waffle syrup and his dedication to the cause. No, in practice, I'm happy if people subscribe, and I'm also happy if you're just hanging out. Better if you hang out and chat, but if you're hanging out and lurking, I also enjoy that. I don't find out until later. I get the stream report, and I'm like, oh, there were 9 people there. But it's all good. Okay, have I set this up right? A is RF, B is TT, C is PS, D is FC, and then by process of elimination, yes. Okay, chips. This part will get easier now. It'll go faster translating my notes to the page. DIM to SE, SPN, Spentium to RF. Who's going to get the Repentium? Repentium to FC and D. So Dentium must go to the particle shield. No. Dentium is actually on the right one. And then Fermentium, will go to PS. 3 parts down, and now we just got to flip the switches. The A switch should be 9. The B switch should be 7. The C switch should be 1. Total humiliation if I hit these last 2 switches and nothing happens because I did something wrong. Ruined my entire birthday. D should be 5. E should be 3. Come on, baby. So maybe this worked, maybe it didn't. It's tough to say for sure whether it should reveal itself now or just reveal itself when it works. I was expecting it to reveal itself. Let me double check my work. In A, we have RF, Spentium, ERC9. In B, we have TT with Dentium, 7. In C, we have PS, the particle shield, with Fermentium, 1. In D, we have FC with Repentium, and 5. And again, by process of elimination, that means I have set E up the way that I said I should in my notes. I'm going to keep the faith for now, even though, again, I didn't track my reasoning. I only wrote down the answers as I worked them out in my brain, so maybe I'm a fool.
There seems to be something stopping the data quarter from transmitting.
Okay. Boom. I got a bunch of points, so I fixed it. The homing beacon is on. It is actually flashing now. And then if I turn the power off...
This button
No.
doesn't do squat unless the power is on.
Okay. But when I turn the power on,
There
it's
seems
automatically...
to be something stopping the data quarter from transmitting.
It's not transmitting properly if we auto-reconfigure.
You have successfully reconfigured the data quarter for standard use.
Droidium. Oh, right. And then what's it going to scan for? I think I want to scan for droidium. And then, if I exit, is this working now? I don't know. Let's save, so we don't have to do that again. And let's go down in the basement and see what the hell happens.
You go now and I don't rearrange your organs.
Okay. Hands. Okay, it's found him. I got to assume there's going to be at least one more find a thing puzzle based on the fact that why code this? It's not like there were great jokes in there. Okay. So, is there a particle shield now? Or does Roger just get killed like usual? Do I have to use the thing on him? I better find out quickly. He gets up. Does he kill me? Or is it a different animation? He kills me.
There, that's a great improvement. Look much better now.
Well, he did warn you. I'm not going to say he told you so, but he did.
He did. That's fair. Okay. So hold on. What does it all mean? It is purportedly working, but what is the significance of it working if it's not transmitting? How can I figure out why it's not transmitting? Also, if I go back to it, it's off again. What does that mean?
This button opens it.
Oh, shut up, dude. Okay, is it still set up correctly? No. Reconfiguring it for standard use is magically changing its insides to be wrong again. Okay. Well, at least we have an answer. So what goes in E? This one. What goes in C? This one. What goes in B? This one. What goes in A? This one.
This circuit board.
Shush. Shush, Mr. Narrator. I'm not in the mood. I'm going to keep an open mind because I always do. That's just the kind of person I am. But I will say, if I had to predict now the future, I would say that when I get to the end of this series, I'm not going to say my favorite one was Space Quest 6. Dentium goes to... Oh, Dentium's on the right one. Dimentel goes down here. Fermentium to the particle shield. Okay, and then 9. 7. 1. D5. And then by elimination, 3. Close the thing. Turn it on.
There seems to be something stopping the data quarter from transmitting.
Okay, but at least it's there like that. Now, the dreadful thought I have is, what if it actually just resets every time you look away from it, unless you solve the whole puzzle now? I'm going to say no. No. No, it won't be like that. But let's find out together. Actually, don't have to go down and get murdered to find out together. It's fixed. Okay, it stays fixed. It just has a button that somehow, without removing the cover, rearranges all of these plates and little chips simultaneously. It's science fiction. Now let's see what happens if I go down and use the thing in the room with the guy. Even though, again, this hardly even seems like something you should need the homing beacon to figure out. For example, this fellow is repairing himself with a tool. We can see that he is a cyborg.
There seems to be something stopping the data quarter from transmitting.
Okay. No. Perhaps there is something separately that I need to figure out about why it can't transmit. Maybe. Or maybe, because I might as well get killed again while we're here. Maybe now that it's a thing, it will at least protect me. Why does using it on him cause Roger to do nothing?
There,
All
that's
right.
a great improvement. Look much better now.
The fact that there
he did warn
allegedly is a particle shield in there,
I'm not going to say he...
I don't know. Okay. Well, what then? What if we went upstairs? Can the thing transmit from upstairs for some reason? If I go hands to it like this, do I just get to use it? No, that's just a switch to use it. Okay.
There seems to be something stopping the data quarter from transmitting.
Could there possibly be a clue? Wait, the Moth icon's back. Can we blow in it?
Your words cause everything to become...
Oh, no, because Moth is just talk now. It's no longer a lick thing.
This is the faceplate of the data quarter. During normal operation, the faceplate is closed. It should only be opened to repair, replace, or reconfigure the internal components. This is the faceplate of the... This is the data quarter's proximity display. If one light is on, the selected chemical compound shown on the LCD screen is present.
Maybe
But at an
it's like a
extremely low
salamander,
trace level.
but
If
it's
2
human
lights are on,
saliva
the
that's specifically
compound is
destructive
within
to
100 meters. If all 3 lights are on and flashing, the compound is within 10 meters.
Yeah, so he's directly below
If
me.
no
That part
lights
is
are
working.
on, either the data quarter is not turned on, or there is no detectable trace of the compound.
Okay. So, the goal here, I suppose, is to get the thing to work as a transmitter. Maybe. Or it's to do some unrelated thing that then unlocks something to happen. We can't rule that out, which is great. Oh, here's a Borg. Be nice if we could run into our Blade Runner friend again. But let's see. Outside? Can it... Or if I use the eyes on it like this?
This is the data quarter you got from that endodroid hunter dude.
What if I dust it off?
You get fingerprint. Careful, combining those items might cause a rip in the space-time continuum. A tear in the very...
That seems unlikely, Mr. Narrator. Okay. If we use it out here...
There seems to be something stopping the data quarter.
No. Something is stopping it. Is it an external scrambling device that I can find?
Boy, wouldn't it be cool.
Let's try walking around, trying the thing in different places, and also seeing if anything else jumps out at me. I will not go too long, I promise. Just dragging this out before I say, okay, someone give me a nudge. But I will drag it out at least a little bit.
This button...
There seems to be something stopping the data quarter from transmitting.
Okay. So I don't think it's going to be as simple as going around different places, and then it's great. Wait, hold on. Was it still triple flashing when I did it here?
There seems to...
Yeah, doesn't that... Okay. Is that implying that the replicant is also here? Maybe they're everywhere. Or was there some other... I'm almost positive I was told that I'm supposed to scan for the... one specific thing. The robot one. I don't know. It gave me puzzle points for the puzzle, so that's something. Is there something at implants and stuff that seems like it would fix the tricorder thing? The scanner. Hey, you know anything about this?
Excellent guess, Kreskin. Wrong.
No. And it's mocking me for guessing.
It would appear that...
So, something here I'm
At
missing.
some time in a life that might have your utterances fall on uninterested oral organs.
Yeah. They obviously I'm going to guess. I guess it's not obvious, but the vibe I get is that they had planned. They probably originally scripted more random NPC lines, like gags, and so then they created the NPCs, and then it just turned out they can't do it. Can I rob this unconscious
Don't
dude?
pick at it. You'll only make it worse.
Is that even an unconscious person? What is
The
that?
street seems to reflect the
No.
same.
Oh, it's a puddle. It's just reflecting the cinema. Josh Mandela, the legend continues. Don't get the reference, but okay. Not quite a hint, but a thing that I will ask anyone who is in the know about this puzzle. Would you predict that when I do eventually get moving here, am I more likely to be mad at myself for missing something obvious, or mad at the developers for making something obtuse?
This is the interior of Bootlicker, in keeping with most of the rest of the area.
Aha! I knew I recognized the name. Little Debbie does Delta Burkelson. Okay, so we've explored our entire small space here. I hope it's not, you gotta win the Street Fighter game. The Three Stooges Street Fighter game. Arbitrarily. Roger goes, hey, this thing's finally working. Excuse me.
That's an
Server?
interesting.
No. Can you repair this for me? Take this moment to say, if you're into oh, well, I understand that the circumstances of this game were similar, of this game's development were similar to the general way that all the Great Sierra series wrapped up, under pressure from the money men and such. So I'm not personally upset with you, Josh Mandel. And I thought your voice work as Graham was great. Definitely one of the highlights of the amateur cast of that game. Captured a real sense of who the, yeah, you're like, okay. Like, he's a little testy. He's an old guy. He doesn't want to be on this quest. You know, gets unreasonably upset with his teenage son, but not in a way that he says things he can never take back. But you're not surprised when he's like testy with his son after saving him. All right. Carrying on a theme. Okay. The game designers have done something to me. At least I got my 20 points for the elimination puzzle. You know what? I guess it wouldn't make sense for me to not just read all of the text carefully that surrounds the clues. Okay. Open up the data quarter, grid, da, 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 da. Okay, that's just the basic rules. All plates are needed. Okay. No, there's nothing about then once you've done that, you just need to something in order to fix the transmission. Okay. Well, this is not great.
The streets are...
Would you like to What are you doing, Roger? It's... Huh. I had to hold it. Hopefully that just fixes itself on the screen. It sure did. Good stuff. And I've had the one drink from this guy, which shouldn't obviously help or not help.
What can I do for you there, fella?
What have you got?
Well, aside from... Okay, you got...
Yeah, I already did that. You get 1 point no matter which drink you choose. Be funny if it's an unwinnable state if you chose the wrong one. Not necessarily ha-ha funny. If I show this to the hookah smokers, will they blow some hookah smoke on it and fix it?
It probably seemed like a good idea to you at one time.
No, not a good idea. Just an idea at all. Hey, what's so funny,
He
guys?
ignores you. Get used to it.
Yeah. Whatever is so funny.
These guys are a nicely matched set. They seem to be amusing each other to a very high degree. The second floor of the nightclub does justice to the first.
All right. No, not yet. Giving up very soon. But not yet. What if it's coming in here, pressing the thing, but then
You go
not getting
now, and
killed?
I don't.
Like, what if having seen him and fled is necessary to trigger events that will eventually...
There seems to be some...
You try to mush the liquid crystals.
Yeah. Okay.
You found your way to the not-so-spiffy basement of the... It's the Endodroid, and he's repairing
Yes, it is.
himself.
Yeah. Okay, once more.
This button...
No.
There seems to be something stopping the data quarter from transmitting.
Transmitting to who and why and for what?
This is the data quarters If no lights are on, either the data...
Yeah.
If you want to open it,
Smack
you'll
it.
have to find the button.
I don't want to open. I want to smack it.
There's no...
What if I turn it... What if it's turn it off and back on?
There seems to be something stopping...
No. Same message. Okay. Something's stopping it. Let's get out of here before we're killed. And find out. Well, if that triggered Roger to have a thought, he did not immediately say it. Will he have a different experience of the recording thing now?
There seems to be some...
No, he won't. Do not want to auto reconfigure it again. If it turns out exactly one of these patrons will chat with Roger.
Your utterances... No one here. Your utterance...
No. Only the bartender.
Can't you see he's working the room here? Their conversation continues uninterrupted by you.
Okay. I am open to being nudged. You know, make it as gentle of a nudge as possible. I want to solve as much of this as I can. But right now, I feel like we're in a place where it's not compelling for me to have no idea what I'm doing, trying to figure out the game. Or for you watching me do like basically
Don't
nothing.
touch that.
No. I'll keep trying random things. Wait, what if it's something really stupid like I can take the lead pipe to some thing out here and
That's an interesting idea.
get an antenna out of it?
That's an as cool. As cool as it would be to interface these two items,
Not a lot of custom error messages.
a very odd fixture occupies a good portion of this corner. Its purpose is irrelevant, as it seems to be the victim of a lack of maintenance and some sort of clinging mineral-like deposit, which have been laid down in several art-shaped patterns. A sensible person would be afraid to find out what this caps off. That being the case, I'll take the liberty of telling you that it's something you don't want to mess with.
Okay, but that makes me want to
That's
see a
still-
funny death
That
related to this thing.
It
But no,
wouldn't. Even you recognize...
toxic waste. If it turns out to just be like, there's another screen I haven't found, because you may have noticed sometimes you get an exit cursor, and sometimes you just click in the general area of the exit. This one gets an exit cursor, but like going into the bar doesn't.
That's an interesting idea.
Going back to the bar, with the question in my mind of whether there's something I can dust with the dustpan. Probably not. But... And also, like, not because I have a clear, causal theory of why that could help. Oh, hey, you swept a thing up for me. Is there a tiny bit of filth on this seat? No. Surely not.
That's an interesting...
Nope. Okay. It was such a when I was playing Leisure Suit Larry, it was such a relief
You go now
to
and
realize
I will
that
rearrange your organs.
when I'm portraying a fictional character, my drag persona Jamie Rose, I'm not bound by my desire to be honorable and not look at walkthroughs. And so when I couldn't figure out with the cab thing, I just went to intermission, looked up a walkthrough, came back, was like, I cheated. But I can't get away with that shit. I mean, I could, from you, but I give myself a hard time. Okay, is there something when I walk over here that I'm missing? Something stupid like stand real close to him and use the scanner. Now it just works.
There seems to be something stopping the data.
No. And now it's time to die. Okay.
Yeah, that's a...
Well, he did. I'm not going to say he told you so.
But he did. Yep. Javawatt, welcome. The solution to this puzzle doesn't just involve the data quarter. Okay. I'm going to hold off before I drill down on this at all, but hold on.
It looks vaguely like your hiney after it's been chewed out by your boss.
Oh, no. Okay. Starting from the... Is it using something else that I have? And what for? First of all, I do not think this is it, but...
In this galaxy, those two items don't do anything.
Great.
Nothing happens.
Can't polish this up. Okay. It doesn't feel like the replicant should respect my security clearance. But could
You go
somebody...
now and-
I've made this fake security ID. It just... I
Let's
don't-
look at it together and see what we can see, okay?
Wow, that's unhelpful narration. Whoops. Alright, does he respect authority? No, he doesn't. He comes to kill you. That's okay. I mean, it's not great. It'd be great if Roger did
that's a-
Well, he...
anything
I'm not going
but
to say
just stare like a slack-jawed moron while this dude hunkers over to kill him. Lumbers over to kill him. Okay. Hey.
Ah, so you're with Polysorbate Security, huh? Yeah, what can I get for you, Chief?
What have you got?
Well, aside from the obvious stuff which is glaring in your
Oh,
face
okay.
from the back wall here, I do make some mixed drinks. I mean, if I do say so myself, I make a pretty mean William Gibson and a pretty good ass-em-off cocktail, you know what I mean, huh? Hey, I got you. Try a fuzzy toe jam. They seem to be pretty popular with your particular species here. I got just the thing for you guys. It's something I don't even give the regulars here. What do you think, huh?
There it is. Okay. Why? I don't know. Who knows? Let's find out.
Make me a double uvula spritzer. Twist a fleck rind, and I want it hacked and whipped, not like one of those shaken or stirred sissy
Okay,
drinks.
so Roger.
Okay, coming right up, Chief. Listen, this'll take a couple of minutes, but feast your eyes on
Don't
the
like that
recipe,
attitude
all right?
out of Roger.
Oh, that's just fine. Take your time, my good man.
Okay, he leaves. He looks away. Is this the time
A
puzzle?
wide variety of concoctions, some of your personal... Don't touch that.
Okay. No, don't go back there again, Roger. Is he ever going to give it to me, or is the idea just to get him distracted? What did I take anyway? Let's pause for a moment. I took an ice cube tray.
Pretty cool looking, huh?
Now I have an ice cube tray. Was I supposed to do something more while I was back there? Here's what we'll do. A little bit of incongruence in the dialogue where he said to me that he had a special that's not on the menu that we could order, and then it added special to the menu, but clicking special just made Roger order a special drink. But why couldn't he have just ordered what he wanted before he had done like that? It's because they were probably in a state of rushed development. Refill my green tea a little here with this extraordinarily oversteeped stuff at the very bottom. Well, we're accumulating puzzle points even if we don't know what we're doing.
That's delightful. That's...
He'll also do something with the beer.
This one doesn't spew anything.
Did I gain points for that?
Yow! You quickly close that valve again.
No points for that one.
Yow! You...
No points for that. Okay.
Yow! You quickly close that valve again. That's delightful. The bartender is mixing your drink. Leave him alone and solve some puzzles or something.
Okay. Can I fill the ice cube tray with something?
Boy, wouldn't it be cool if that really worked?
Yes.
Excellent. Boy, wouldn't it...
Is there something else in the freezer that I could take? Looks like no.
It wouldn't be... That's...
Okay. So why is it important at all?
This one doesn't spew anything.
Okay. It's the... So where do those pipes go and what does it mean? The third pipe from the left is malfunctioning in some way. They seem to go down to the basement. But with my aggressor down in the basement, what am I to do? Is there anything... Do the pipes even appear in the basement? Might as well find that out.
You go now.
Like, I
and
think that's
don't
probably them.
rearrange your or-
You're definitely going to wind up rearranging my organs, dude. but I gotta test something out. Okay, I don't know. Run, Roger, run. Is it possible to grab one of those kegs? Bring it back up, change the thing? I don't know why.
You go.
You summon the... Don't pick at it. You'll only... Don't touch that.
No. I don't even know if those are
They're
kegs.
just some no-deposit empties.
Ah, empties. Wait, are these ones not empty?
It feels like...
Okay. Do the pipes go upstairs in some way that helps? Does talking to the bartender again unlock a new conversation option? Is there something I can do with the piece of pipe? Oh, here are more pipes. But does it matter?
The walls up here maintain this...
I don't think so. Hmm?
That's delightfully... Don't... It wouldn't be prudent. Boy, wouldn't it be cool if that real...
Wouldn't be that cool, because it'd be so arbitrary. What about this new guy?
Woof, woof. Adventure game stress must really be getting to you if you want to get romantic with that.
Man, jeez. Oh, good. And now it's doing the thing where I can't click. Can I fix that by going to the Pockets menu and back? I cannot.
It feels...
What about the control menu? What about loading the save? Okay, so I do get 5 points for being like, hey, this one doesn't work.
This one doesn't spew anything.
While I'm back here, can I use the pipe to fix it somehow?
Boy, wouldn't it be cool.
No, it wouldn't make any sense. Okay, what else is here?
A wide variety of concoctions fills the shelves behind the bar. There's probably something there to provide a buzz for just about any organic system. Some of your personal favorites. Babylon 45.
Okay, I don't need to hear all these
It
lazy
probably-
reference jokes.
That's an interest.
No, can't smash the bottles. Can I speak to him again to be like, hey, come on, hurry up, pal?
The bartender is mixing your drink. Leave him.
Should I slug him?
Boy, wouldn't it be...
I don't know why that would be the solution. Can't take this bottle from the top?
It wouldn't be prudent to do that at this juncture.
Crawl up to
Don't-
here.
That's...
Okay. Is there anything I could dust back there?
That's an...
No. Okay. You don't even have the option of ordering beer, so it's not like I can come back and get him to do something else. Can I get into the bathroom with my security credentials?
That's an interesting idea.
No. Only the bartender is impressed by my fake security credentials. For some reason, it is not made obvious to me. Is there something on the outside of the building related to those 4 pipes? Sure doesn't look like it. Is this secretly a door I can go in? No. Unless.
It won't budge. The barrel's a little... Despite your dedication to the custodial arts, you resist the urge to clean up this mess.
No, I think I should. Well, I don't know. I would like to try. Doesn't seem like it.
Hey, take...
Just feels like it's in the way.
That's an... As cool...
Can I go in this thing?
You can't reach that.
Don't even know what it is. Okay. I'll suffer a bit before pleading for another nudge, I promise, but... Hey, Space Quest 4. Oh, we already saw that reference. Because when you click on it, it's like, Roger did not negotiate well for the rights. Is that a separate exit? I don't think it is. Oh, I see. I comprehend now where the exit is.
Don't touch that. That's the inn's transaction register. It says, if you have a buckazoid, give a buckazoid.
I don't, though.
Hey, keep your grubby man.
What's this?
That's not recommended. That'll either get an appendage removed.
Okay.
You give the...
And there's no further over here. Unless there is, and it's not indicated. But I don't think there is. Can't take the elevator up. It can't possibly be that knowing the third pipe is empty fixes the transmitter arbitrarily. But now that my mind has formed the thought, I might as well test it. If I talk to this guy again, is it just back to the...
What can I do for you there, fella?
What have you got?
Well, aside from the obvious stuff which is glaring in your face from the back wall here, I do make some mixed drinks. I mean, if I do say so myself, I make a pretty mean William Gibson.
Okay.
I got just the thing for you guys. It's something I don't even give the regulars here.
No, so we're just back to... We can distract him again in case there's something more to do, so...
Make me a...
Okay.
Oh, that's...
The refrigeration unit blends well with the design scheme. Hey, when did you start knowing things like that? An interesting arrangement of conduits creates an almost artistic pattern to the back bar area. It's hard to tell what is merely decorative and what is functional.
It is. Well, he's going back to mess around with...
It's solidly in place.
What is it?
It's solidly... It feels...
Is it so solidly in place I can't bash it with a pipe?
Yes, Kreskin. That's an... Boy, would... There's a small valve on this conduit.
Indeed there is. And
This one doesn't spew anything.
it does not. Can I?
Your
Spew?
utterances...
No. Because that's a speaking thing. How far over to the right can I go back here? Not very far, because clicking over to the right walks back around to this side. Okay. I've got 5 items now. Why would an ice cube tray protect me from a whatever they're called? It shouldn't in any way.
You go now.
Okay. What about...
The Endodroid's home surgery kit sits on the crate. But I suppose you can see that.
There's no way I can just steal it.
They won't do you any good. They're made to run off the power supply of an Endodroid, one of which you surely are not. Excellent guess. It Boy, would...
Ah, he's just coming to kill me. Arbitrarily. Because I ran out of time. I don't think that the ice cube tray
Well, I'm not going to say...
is going to turn out to be the solution. Was there a foreground object that I haven't clicked on that turns out to be something?
You go now.
Yes, I understand you think I should go.
You summon the ability to leave it alone. Don't touch that.
For some stupid reason, does this work now?
There seems to be something stopping
No.
the data quarter.
Something is stopping the data quarter. This puzzle involves more than the data quarter. Didn't learn that from the game. I learned that from Cedric, and I appreciate it. think I already tried to use this object here.
It would appear that
it's nothing.
that's still.
I think clicking higher on the pipes is probably just clicking the pipes.
It's solidly in place.
Or no. Well, it is. But it's not clicking the valves.
Excellent.
Can I fill
It
the
would-
ice cube
It would
tray?
appear. It would.
Can I put it back? I don't know why that would be a solution to anything. Yes, I can. Which means, okay. If I can take it and put it back. Then perhaps I have to figure out how to get the pipe working, valve working so that it will produce liquid so that I can fill the ice cube tray so that I can put it back in so that it can make ice cubes so that I can put the ice cubes on the floor and the Reploid, the Endrodroid, whatever the hell it's called, slips.
This conduit seems to be unoccupied at the moment. No, you can't climb in.
Can I get water out of it somehow?
It probably seemed like a good idea.
Where else might I have seen a source
That's
of
an
water for this ice cube tray? When he's not using this
That's
thing?
an interesting idea.
Nope. Because that's just the mixer. Doesn't dispense liquid. If I show him the thing, will he be...
Boy, wouldn't it be cool if that really
I just have a hard time thinking of what the ice cube tray could turn out to be for.
Boy, wouldn't it...
If it's anything other than making ice cubes. Which is not to say that it couldn't turn out to be for something other than making ice cubes. Am I forgetting that there's a water fountain in the arcade? No, I'm certainly not.
This arcade, known to the locals as Dismembers Only, is filled with lowlifes, druggies, and juvenile delinquents from all over the galaxy. And those are just the employees.
Yeah. Yeah, they were laying the groundwork for that third trilogy. Sludge Vohal has run his course. Can I make toxic ice cubes?
That's an interest.
It was an interesting idea. Hey, baby, make me some ice.
That's an interest. She says, "Scrump off, you little felchmonger."
She can tell Roger's a felchmonger. That's the problem. Okay, I have to run to the washroom. Sadly, I will not be coming back having found the answer. Maybe it's time for someone to start formulating a mild hint. I don't know. But I'll be right back. Hang tight. I'm happy to report I had a secret revelation for no, I'm just kidding. No revelation. Fake or otherwise. So, Hey, we've more than doubled our points. So it's already a successful session. Why would the liquor store give me a free fill-up on my ice cube tray?
Boy, wouldn't it be... That's an Boy, wouldn't...
No. Okay. Can I touch this?
That's delightful.
Can
You
I
really don't need those.
Don't need old newspapers for any reason. I talk to this guy.
So, Pa, what's the stuff behind you?
Oh, that, eh? Why, that there's the good stuff, Sonny. I got some real fine stuff back here. Oh, yeah, I do. That's cold Saurian brandy. That's what that is. Best available in these parts here. Now, it's way out of your price range, I'm sure. It goes for 20 buckazoids per.
If I had some buckazoids, I could buy that. But I don't. Wait. I don't think this is gonna... Oh, goodness.
It probably seemed like
No.
a good idea.
There is an ice machine right here.
You summon the...
But it's not real.
Were it working this device, it, as noted on its top, would supply ice.
Ah, were it working, this device is noted on its top would supply ice. I've got ice on the brain now. Even though my theory of ice cubes being helpful... I mean, it's slapsticky enough to be the answer. We defeated a Terminator type. We defeated WD-40 and then got her on our team last time around, specifically by putting a banana in her rocket pack. Ah, I got him unstuck. We're doing the unstuck. At least in the literally get Roger to move like he's supposed to when you click sense.
Hey.
No, I'm not trying to come back there, man. I mean, you know. Okay. It really does kind of seem like figure out how to fix that one pipe could be the answer. Intriguing, waffle syrup. No, he's not going to let you back there, Roger. But hold on.
Hey, Mac.
Hold on. I don't think this is it. And yet.
What can I do for you there, fella?
What have you got?
Well, I got...
Give me the special.
Oh, that's...
Being kind. Good.
It's solidly in place.
No, he doesn't even go over to the actual thing.
It probably... Boy, would... It probably... As... It would appear... It would appear... I wouldn't risk...
Well, I am going to
You
manage to do it,
You
but
start...
through the mechanism of eventually
Your
breaking down.
utterances...
Just
I wouldn't risk...
look, man. I just need to go in the bathroom,
Boy,
fill my ice
wouldn't it
cube
be
tray.
cool.
No. Okay. I'm a broken man. A gentle nudging hint would be appreciated. If we wait for 2 toilet flushes to have happened, does the pipe
This
spew
one
out?
doesn't spew anything.
This one spews nothing, and it's bad when you do the other ones. Okay.
You pinch yourself.
Use. Okay. Thank you. ultimately that is just a, I don't know how you could have been gentler about it.
It would appear. It would appear. It would appear. It would appear. That's an it. Boy. It would appear. Excellent. That's an.
Okay. My gut tells me it's someone on the second floor. Just economy of locations.
That's an it.
I think I've tried
Boy,
this.
wouldn't-
Yeah. No security is going to let me in. But yeah, there hasn't been anything upstairs. No, I had a feeling that you were getting me unstuck from the next little bit that would
As cool.
run along. Okay. The hookah smokers care.
You hear them say, "Geez, our skimmer's double hovered. We gotta run."
Okay. 3 points. Now that they done RUNNOFT, can I smoke the hookah?
You snag the 4 hoses. Never know when you're going to meet that special lady.
Stole a bunch of hoses. Could these be involved in fixing the pipes? Maybe. Could these be involved in something else? Sure.
It's a twisted mass of hookah hoses.
Is it a little puzzle
Carefully
about
untangle the
untwisting them?
twisted mass of hookah hoses and then rehook the hoses to create one long hose. It reminds you of Christmas time back home when you enjoyed untangling the Christmas lights and saying to yourself, "I get so much satisfaction from cleaning and straightening. One day, I'll be the best janitor ever." Well, at least one part of that dream came true. You are a janitor. You rehook the hoses to create one long one.
Yes, you already said that. But okay. 2 points. One long hose. Okay. Well, hold on. Before we move on, can we make a pipe and hose combination?
Careful, combining those.
No. Can the hose be used behind the bar? For example, hooked up to the spews nothing pipe. Well, why would that matter? Who knows? Well, let's explore all possibilities.
What can I do?
What have you got?
Well, aside from the... I got just the thing for you guys.
Make me a...
Okay.
Oh, that's just fine.
Take your time, idiot. So
It would appear that merge. It probably seemed like a good idea to you at one time.
Kind of seems like nothing, to be honest.
It would appear.
But
It would appear.
okay, I have a long hose. One single long hose.
As
Strangle
cool
this
as
guy
would
with
be,
it. No. So anywhere where it seems obvious that a hose would be useful. Definitely can't.
Excellent. It probably seemed like a good idea.
Seemed like an idea.
As
Never said it was good. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is almost... I bounced off Grim Fandango, which was disappointing to me because it seemed so cool in the 90s. I never encountered it. And then I finally played it on some console, like, within the past 10 years. And I just found that, like, I really like the world. But, like, all the puzzles were just things like, you know, if you use this here, then that, like, creates a situation where Manny gets a cat poo. And then you like, it was all things that, like, even after I read the solution, I wasn't sure what I was ever supposed to have done. I might as well.
it probably seemed like a good
No. Can I murder her with a long hose?
As cool as it would.
Can I put the hose here?
That's an interesting idea.
It is.
Boy,
Thank you for acknowledging that.
excellent.
Can I reconnect
Excellent
it?
guess, Kreskin. Gee, an empty booth. Perhaps you should clean it. The druggies are gone, leaving a partially used nitro tank.
Can I also collect the tank? Yes. Harder to move. Okay, wait. And then... what's going on? Help me. No. So I can bend over and take it. But I can't seem to move it anywhere obvious. Can I hook the hose up to the tank?
It would appear that merging those two items...
No. So what does it mean? The Roger can bend over and grab it. And then get this... okay.
The druggies are gone, leaving a partially used nitro tank.
Can I bash on the nitro tank?
Excellent guess, Kreskin.
Is there somewhere I can click that it would go? Yes. Okay.
The canister snaps neatly into the conduit opening.
And does that enable the dispenser? Why do they need to dispense nitrogen behind the bar? I don't know. This is not like infamous
what can I
Gabriel
do for
Knight
you
3
there,
puzzle
fella?
levels of
What have you got?
silly,
Well,
but
listen,
like
I got
it's very much a like figure out a very involved sequence of things, not a single one of which is obviously
Make
leading you
me
towards
a double
anything.
uvula spritzer. Twist a fleck
Like, just
line, and I
note
want it
what
hacked
things we
and
let you
whipped,
interact
not
with.
like one of those
And
shaken
from
or stirred
there,
sissy
just
drinks.
figure out which things. Come on,
Oh,
Roger.
that's-
I hate this. I don't want you to use the word sissy in that way. Or really, I mean, just don't use the word. Just stop using the word.
That's an...
Okay, if I just use my hand on it, do I get killed by a blast of nitrogen?
This one doesn't spew anything.
I'm intrigued to read about it when I won't be spoiling myself. Okay. Hooking up the nitro tank. Wait, did any of the working pipes become different? In a way that just kills Roger because there's liquid nitrogen coming out of them? Nope.
Yow! You quickly close that valve again.
No, it still seems to be hot. Okay. Was there... okay. Before I go downstairs to see if arbitrarily now I can freeze this dude or something. What if the nitro tank hooks up to the fridge? I don't know. But hold on. Is there something more I can do here before I proceed? Madam, could you please? Thank you.
Nitro begins to flow through the tubing and into the conduit.
Sure, okay. Intuitive, but why couldn't that just be part of the same one action? Does now something come out of the pipe? And if so, why do I care that it does? Oh, there's where it comes out of. Okay.
Hey, that nitro's coming out through this conduit. Better shut the tank off before it's all wasted.
Oh, no. Was the answer to connect the hose to that conduit while the thing's off? Let's find out.
The night.
And then make a weapon, because I have a very long hose. I lead it down into the basement, and I freeze the guy when he tries to rip my spine out through my soul.
The hookah hose is now attached to the leftmost conduit.
And then, do I hook it to the rightmost conduit? No, I can literally just drop it. Okay. Because I think I'm going to want to put the thing on and come back and get the nitro hose. Or did I want to lead the hose down before? Who knows? Doesn't matter. We're making fitful progress. And so we're having fun.
Nitro begins to flow through the...
Yes, I know, sir. You've told me that last time. I assumed the same action would produce the same result. No, Roger, come on. That's not even what we're trying to do. Take up the hose?
You pick up the loose end of the hookah hose.
Now can I put it somewhere else? Nope. Well, hold on.
You pick up the loose end of the hookah hose.
Could I connect it to this if indeed he wasn't there? Don't know why. But let's try.
What?
What if you...
Well, this, I got... Oh, good.
Oh, that...
You pick up the loose end.
Nope. What about attaching it? I think I already tried to
You
attach
pick
it
up
to
the
this.
loose- It wouldn't be.
Okay.
You pick up the loose.
One last thing. Okay. Wait.
You
What if
pick
I
up the
use it
loose
to
end.
murder this guy? No. Okay. What if I turn the nitro back off, move the hose down to the basement beforehand, and then turn it on? Well, we can find out after she gets out of my way.
The nitro stops flowing.
Gonna walk over there first. At least he stays distracted when we go upstairs. He never seems to notice that I keep ordering. He doesn't care that I'm not paying for any of the drinks. But especially, you'd think he'd be
You pick up
especially
the
mad.
loose end
I
of the
neither
hookah
ordered it nor
hose.
cared about it in the end. Okay. Pick it up.
You pick up the loose. You pick. You pick up the loose.
No.
You pick up the loose end.
Okay. Can I attach the pipe to the hookah hose for...
It would appear that
Of course not. It doesn't make any sense. Am I just failing to click in
You
the
pick
right
up the
spot?
loose-
What if I open the freezer, replace the ice cube tray, leave the... He won't leave the fridge open, but what can I now?
you pick up the loose.
No. Can I just use the nitro hose?
Boy, wouldn't it?
It would, yes. I agree, Mr. Narrator. You don't need to mock me
You pick up the loose end of
about
the
the fact
hookah
that I'm
hose.
trying to solve your stupid puzzle. That I'm doing the best that I can. Can you just suck on the hose, Roger? No. Why would sucking down nitrogen be good for Roger?
You summon the. You pick up the loose end of. You pick up the loose end.
I wish. I mean, I guess it's good that it doesn't let me move around
The
with it in
floor
the
has-
sense that it's not leading me on, because obviously moving around with it is not the solution. But why not? Why couldn't it be? Can I do something to this one now?
Hey.
No. And I can't disconnect the hose anymore, it seems.
You pick up the loose. You pick up the loose. You pick up the.
Yes, I know I pick up the loose. Go downstairs for a minute. Mainly just to make sure there's not some arbitrary change.
You go now.
Looks like no.
It probably seemed like a good idea to.
No, it didn't. The issue here is not, sir, that I'm trying things that I think make
It
sense.
probably seemed.
Okay.
You pick up the loose.
Put it in your back pocket so that you're dragging it along with you, Roger. Nope.
You pick up the.
Wrap it around your own head. Nope. Okay. Put the nitro back on.
Nitro begins to flow through the.
Try again with the hose that should, in theory, have nitro coming out of one end. And see what I can do. Maybe if I click it on Roger while there's nitro coming out of it, he will... what? Inhale it and die?
You pick up the loose end of. You pick up the.
I can't connect it here. I can't do anything, it doesn't seem, but...
You pick up the loose. You pick up the loose.
What can I...
What have you got?
Well, I got...
Make me.
Oh,
Oh, that.
You pick up the loose.
Click on any one of the empty or the bad pipes. No.
You pick.
Can't have the refrigerator open,
You pick
so I
up the
can't like
loose-
put the hose in and then jam the door. Don't even know why I would want to do that. Can I put it on
You
the
pick up-
mouth of this bottle? No.
You pick up the loose end. It's solid. You pick up the loose end of the hookah hose.
All right, targeted question. Should I leave the bar?
You pick up the loose.
On the one hand, it doesn't feel like this should eventually solve the problem. Arbitrarily clicking everywhere. And yet, that
pick
is
up
what
the
solved the
loose end.
problem with this exact same interface and the nitro tank. Okay. Thank you, Cedric.
This one doesn't spew anything.
But now that it's turned recently...
You pick up. You pick up the loose end.
This was sent to test my will.
Gee, she looks pretty busy right now. Maybe I should wait until she's done with that table.
Okay.
Howdy, Dollface. What can I get ya?
Nothing right now, thanks.
Okay, you just let me know if you change your mind, hon.
Now that the nitro tank's open,
Boy,
bash it with a
wouldn't
pipe. No.
It's that tank of nitro I drug over here. Weren't you paying attention?
Yeah, I know.
The walls up here.
That was my thought too.
The walls up here. The walls. The walls.
You're stealing my bit. I can't even do the voice when I'm not Jamie. Partially because I got Mo in my head when I was making that reference, Mo Sislak. Been rewatching Golden Age Simpsons lately, seasons 2 through 8. 3 through 8, I guess. Not that there aren't good episodes in the second season, but it doesn't really quite start feeling like The Simpsons as you think about it till the third season. Holds up. One thing that, first of all, there's way too much Simpsons. I don't need to slog through the later seasons. I believe people when they say there are good seasons, good episodes in the later years. That's all very well and good. But to me, The Simpsons loses something vital when it's not a show about a middle American family
You pick up the loose end
in
of
the
hookah hose.
1990s.
You pick up the loose end.
And then do what? Okay.
Hey.
Okay, get him distracted and see if there's things that I'm not clicking on that I should be.
What?
What if you...
Well, I got just... Oh,
Oh, that...
Turns out I'm now supposed to go back to ordering normal drinks. Be kind of frustrated by that.
It's solidly in place.
Can I take the hose off by clicking right there? No.
You
So
pick up the loose end.
I was supposed to hook it to the left. As I expected to happen, the stuff will come out. And then you're not allowed to do anything with it. Or the thing you have to do with it is so specific.
You pick up
I
the
wish you
loose-
would give me some error messages. Some bespoke, mildly
You pick up the
hinty
loo-
messages.
hookah hoses are dangling from the left conduit where you left them.
Yes.
Your words are so.
No.
Your up.
Cannot put
Hey.
my mouth on anything by using the mouth
Your
icon.
word.
This is fixed.
It would appear. Excellent guess, Cress. That's an. This one doesn't spew.
Okay. If I leave it going long enough, will everyone pass out and then I can go in the bathroom and fill it up with water and make ice?
That wouldn't prove fulfilling. Don't touch that. It probably. X. Gee, an empty booth. How trendy. Cargo ship grating seems to have been used. It must be pretty interesting below when someone up here rejects whatever substances they may have consumed over. He looks lone.
That feels like a clue of make someone vomit, but that doesn't seem to be a thing I have any kind of clear pathway to do. I've already tried clicking the ice cube tray onto the thing.
Excellent guess. Excellent. You pick up the loose end of the hook.
Sure do, but then what?
You pick up. It wouldn't be. That's delightfully. It feels.
Hey there, guy. Come on now. Hey, you can't come back here. You want something? You let me know, all right?
Did he actually finish making my drink? Can I have it now?
What can I do for
Nope.
What have you got?
Well, I got... Okay, you... what can... Okay.
Oh, that's...
The bartender is mixing your. Can't you?
Need to cool this thing off with
It probably
nitrogen.
seemed like a. Boy. You pick up the loose end. You pick up the loose end. It wouldn't be.
Cedric, should I stop screwing around with this hose for the moment? Or is that going to be one of the most frustrating parts?
You go now and
Can I take an empty now?
It wouldn't be.
Transfer the nitrogen from upstairs to downstairs? To no obvious purpose? The hose is the next step. Okay. Thank you.
You pick up the loose end of the. You pick up. You pick up.
Wish you'd stop telling me I'm picking up the hose.
You pick up the.
This part is just wild to me. Like, obviously it's telling me the answer here is not to use any of the other things on the menu. Like any of your other icons, but just clicking with the hose. But it's so opaque to me what I might want to be doing with the hose.
It's solidly in place. You pick up.
Yeah, that seems likely. Seems likely. Okay, let me just start doing things.
This one doesn't spew anything.
I know that's a thing.
You pick up the loop. You pick up. Don't pick.
I've already tried using the lead pipe to bash this
It would
thing.
appear that. That's an interest.
I'm in desperation mode now.
It probably. Boy. It probably. That's an.
Hey, you want my dustpan?
It probably seemed like a.
No, but he'll actually walk over there like somehow the dustpan is the answer. Is he
As
now?
cool as it would be to interface these two items.
There seems to be something stopping the data quarter from transmitting.
Sure does. Bring the hose
You
to
pick
him.
up the loose.
Nope.
There's a small valve on this conduit.
Can I talk to him
You
about
get
it?
a jump.
Nope.
What can I...
What if you...
Well, I got... Oh,
Oh, that...
Get him distracted. Do some interaction.
This
But
one
I mean, I
doesn't
keep
spew-
doing this interaction. It does nothing, so I don't know what my idea is. And these ones hurt. So, like, it gave me puzzle points the first time, so obviously there's something to it. But, like, I can't order a beer and get the bartender to interact with it. What if I just touch this? Is
Son,
there someone I can touch
You
inappropriately?
You're in a public. You're in a public. Don't touch that. That's.
We absolutely sure I can't just
It
kill
would
the
appear
bartender with a pipe.
As. That's. That's. X. It would appear that
Tried that, so why would I think it would work now?
it would appear it pro it act it that it that it would appear that as cool as it.
So I'm still having a good time. Just in a good mood. It's my birthday weekend. I'm not having fun playing the game right now.
The walls up here maintain the same Wow, fancy. Wow. These guys are a nicely matched set. They
Kill him.
excellent. It would appear it probably boy wouldn't it probably
Now will you
boy wouldn't it
Yep. Murder the waiter. Yeah.
it probably see that's an it would appear
Well, let's go back to nitrogen off.
nitro begins to flow through the tubing and into
Oh, we're back to on. Have we tried up off? Bugs me that in this state,
hookah hoses are dangling from the left conduit where you left them.
there's no comment on the fact that there should be nitrogen
You
emerging
pick up
from the
loose
hose.
end of the hookah hose.
Okay, but it's on this time.
You pick up the
what can I do for you there?
What have you got?
Well, I got...
Make...
Oh,
Oh, that...
Try again.
this
Just-
one doesn't spew.
Definition of insanity, except that
Excellent.
feels like the answer is going to be so finicky and untelegraphed.
You pick up the loop. It would appear that's an interest. It would appear that
Do I stand on the hose?
hookah hoses are dangling from the left conduit.
Okay.
This button.
You know what? I made several, although
There
I
seems
was about to say, I've
something-
made several steps without a nudge, and yet at the same time, that's not true in the sense that I have had a nudge that has not caused me to accomplish anything.
Don't touch that.
Alright, somebody nudge me mildly.
Yow!
Now that you've burned yourself, Roger, you want to use the nitro hose on
pick up the
yourself to
loot.
cool off?
Hookah hoses are dangling from the left.
Okay. Is it? Oh no. What if it's as simple as.
This one doesn't spew anything.
Okay. Put your mouth on it, Roger? No, he's not gonna.
You drool in that.
Can you use the ice cube tray on it now, even though that makes no sense?
As cool as.
Can I ding on the pipe
That's an.
with a pipe?
That's an.
No.
It's solidly in place.
When he zapped over to it, I briefly felt a surge of hope. What about below?
With a flick of your very supple wrist,
Okay.
pull the conduit loose from below the valve. Oops!
It's true that I'm not happy. Because it doesn't
Pick up
seem
the
obvious
loose
that
end
Roger
of a
should be
hookah
strong
hose.
enough to break a pipe, bend a pipe with his bare hands. And yet, here we are, hopefully, flooding the
Complete
basement
connection between the two conduits.
with nitrogen.
Hey.
Yeah, you're right. Don't mind me. Just please leave this nitrogen concoction set up into your pipes that I broke.
The bartender, noticing the hose attached to the bent conduit,
Okay. But is that a necessary part? Because when I go down, I don't want the basement flooded with nitrogen. Is the basement even flooding with nitrogen? At least there's just two obvious options here for the next step. Okay.
Frosta la Kista, baby.
wow, it worked! This dude's in a deep freeze. But now, what are you going to do with him?
Gonna try smashing him with a pipe. And then,
Cool, laying a solid blow up.
am I going to sweep him up or gather him in the ice cube tray? Let's find out.
Boy, wouldn't it be?
Or is it both? Sweep him up, distribute him into the ice cube tray.
You quite cleverly whisk the cubed culprit into your dustpan. It's going to be tough to carry him this way, though.
Which is why I was already thinking,
Very good. He'll be much more transportable this way. However, you'd better hope it doesn't thaw.
well, geez. Not sure if that's a hint that I'm on the clock. So, here we go. Okay. Here's the thing. Roger is a very experienced janitor. It shouldn't really be that hard for him to just hold the... You tilt it up slightly, the dustpan, if you need to carry it around when there's stuff in it. Okay. Am I supposed to put this guy back on ice? Yeah, that's a thought here. Can I put him back
What
on
can I
ice,
do for you there,
go to
fella?
find the guy, and report?
What have you got?
Well, listen, I got just...
Make.
Oh,
Oh, that.
I feel like it'll be a strong sign that it's the right way to do things if the hose shouldn't be
Can't open
reconnected.
the refrigeration.
Disconnect the
Sorry,
hose.
you can only break it. You aren't checked out in reconnection. And mess. Sorry. This one doesn't spew any. And mess up your grate. And mess up your...
Okay. Let's try the theory that the continuity error is there because we're not supposed to be able to get back in the hose, instead of because we're supposed to wait for him. Meanwhile, am I suddenly enabled to communicate? Like, how am I going to find my Blade Runner pal again?
There seems to be something stopping the...
Or is that the next part of the puzzle? Well, one thing that's nice is that if the answer is we are supposed to put him in the freezer or else he'll thaw and reform and destroy us, or that he'll just leak away and then we can't collect our bounty, if either of those things turns out to be true, take solace in the fact that we'll find out because the game will hit us with the bad news.
It wouldn't be prudent to do that.
Then again, maybe you just need to put it in the freezer to re-trigger the appearance of the Blade Runner friend. Is the hose still going to be connected when we go back? Or will the hose suddenly respect continuity? Well, okay.
You pick strange methods of getting a charge out of life.
But like I said, that's good news. And a much funnier death than when he was just pulling Roger inside out. Okay, but what are we going to do? If I try to go back there and he comes to scold me?
Hey, 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 yeah.
All right. So shouldn't you now notice? He should.
What can...
What have you got?
Well,
Is there enough time
Make...
Oh.
Oh, that...
to re-trigger his turning around thing? Or am I just not clicking on the exact right part?
And mess up your great hookup job?
Yes.
No. And mess up your... Sorry, you can only break...
Right, the pipe is gone. Arbitrarily, but it's gone. Can I distract him to get him to yell at me, to get him to unhook the hose, which he's technically already done? Well, at least I know I got back here with efficiency, so if the Ender Droid pops out and destroys me before he turns around and unhooks the hose, probably that means that's not the way. It's his timing thing, though,
This one doesn't spew...
triggered by
You can't
time alone or by how many
mess up...
stupid clicks you do. Okay. However the time is
You
working.
pick strange methods of getting...
Okay. Is there something else down here? Can I take his tools, for example?
They won't do you...
Now that...
That wouldn't prove...
We've already been told that the ice machine in the liquor store isn't working. And also, like, we've already been shown that we're allowed to put the... Is there now something to do with the nitro pipe? That even though the nitro tank, even though it makes no sense, to get the hose away?
Nitro begins to flow through the tubing and into the conduit.
It shouldn't. Okay. What if the ice machine in the liquor store is malfunctioning not because it's not producing coldness, but because it's not hooked up to a water flow? Wait.
Here's your cubed compadre.
Did I just miss him last
Where's
time?
my 50 buckazoids?
No bull. You really got him, huh? I mean, good job.
Yeah, I really got him.
Embarrassing if
And
I
I
just
could
walked
really
right past
use
him.
my 50 buckazoids.
Yeah, come
Tell
on,
you
man.
what, I'll pay you when they pay me.
No, I need the money now, or I let the guy thaw right here, right now.
No, just a minute. You don't want to do that. Hold on to your alimentary contents. I got it here. Here, you happy? I'll just be taking that tray. Been a special treat doing business with you.
And immediately the guy thaws. Everything gets messed up. Is it different in there now? Perhaps everyone's dead, in which case that's not very funny.
Hold it right there, pal. You don't want to go in there. Trust me, it's not a pretty sight. But then, neither are you. Nonetheless, it's bad news in there, and I can't let
Right,
you
I
in.
was trying.
So hit the
Damn,
pavement.
my brain wasn't working fast enough. I was like, "What do they call it in Blade Runner?" Okay, we're now forbidden to go in the bar, but we have 50 buckazoids, which is not enough to pay at the hotel, unless it just is somehow. Like, what if it trigger? Okay, because it is enough to buy that liquor. So I could buy the liquor and then trade it for an implant, maybe? Who knows? First, let's just make sure that it's not a dumb thing where some dialogue where Roger haggles is triggered by trying to give the 50 buckazoids here.
Hey, what's the deal?
No.
Come back when you get some more allowance, Sonny.
Okay. So then the question is, do we accumulate more money on its own, or do you got to spend money to make money, as they say? Does feel like there could be a trade here to get it. I think he said he only barters for implants. Maybe he likes the fine alcohol. At any rate, the one thing I'm sure is a product on offer that I can buy with 50 buckazoids is something I should try buying.
I'd like a bottle of your cold Surian brandy, please.
Well, so you're interested in the good stuff, eh? I'll just take that 20. Thank you. I haven't sold much of this stuff lately, except
You've already
some
taken it.
sorry-looking little pud. Oh, hey, that reminds me. He still owes me some money. Oh, I can't believe I fell for that scam. Oh, well, enjoy.
Quite possible right now I'm going to crest the 100 points in a session. Not that I have any sense of what the scale of the entire game might be anyway. Oh, so close. Okay, we're down to 30 buckazoids. I am just now recognizing that the drunken alien is E.T. All right. Look at the bottle, Roger.
It's that cold Saurian brandy. Yuck! It has a fish floating in the bottom. Oh well, to each their own.
Do I want to get the fish out?
Don't mess with it, or the deal must be off.
Here, E.T.
Boy, wouldn't it...
No. All right. Let's immediately try the barter theory. Not bartering with not this bartering. this bartering.
It probably seemed like a good... Boy, wouldn't it? It would appear that...
Okay.
I'm sure you'd love to be able to...
Go ahead and look around, partner. I'll be glad
Wait.
to answer any questions you might have about my fine line of merchandise.
Oh my goodness.
Sure, have a look.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, this is the only place on the planet to get a good lobe piercing, I tell ya. And even though we don't have to, we do use only Lorshan quality body part piercing products. Less chance of pus buildup and drainage that way. That stuff tends to dull the erythrium coating on the hardware.
Well, let's try.
Excellent guess. As cool as it would be to interface these two items,
No.
your utterances...
Go ahead and look around.
Okay. But there's something else that he had
Them
comments on.
syringes you can use with lidocaine if you got some. Sometimes you gotta give old Butch a jump start right at first.
An empty tank of...
Yeah, sometimes when you do a lot of cranial work, you gotta replace the fluid so the old brain isn't just bouncing around in there like a BB. But then you're probably already used to that.
Oh, hey, come on.
Brain-dead products have been a staple of the home-built being hobbyist for decades now. They make a fine line of adapter plugs which allow for cross-species component
Okay.
swapping. Means you'll be able to pick. They also make a pretty fine moddy. Get tired of what kind of mood your droid, or spouse for that matter, is in? Why, you
Perhaps
just
I'm
slap
supposed
in
to
one of
have
those
some
babies
kind
and
of
bingo, you can
thing to
them into
modify.
a whole
And I'm not
new
supposed to be
attitude.
thinking about modifying
Find a
the
white
Roger.
type who won't pay some big buckazoids for that. Too bad the sale of them is illegal. About all I do is trade for them. It's one of them loopholes, guess you could say. Kinda developed a hobby of collecting the suckers.
Can I barter thus?
It would appear that It probably seemed like... This one's labeled fresh. By the looks of things around here, fresh is a very relative term. Wow, an Apple II Plus running bio...
Yeah, I got them in a few months ago, fresh from the harvesting facility. Genuine...
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I got them in a few
I don't
months
think this is
ago,
gonna tell me the
fresh
answer.
from the harvesting facility. Genuine dumb brand cranial stocks. Perfect for when just one or two accidental nicks from those amateur scalpels can render your home-built being useless as lips on a... Just rip out that old stock and slam in one of these...
Okay.
So this is where old Fester ended up after the total collapse of the never-thriving tourist trade on that sandy planetoid Fleeb hut. He
Oh.
seems to know how to land on his
It's
feet,
the same
no matter
character.
how fungally
I thought it was
challenged
just a
they may be.
callback. You know, just like these guys are like Ferengi, but they specifically run barter
You
shops.
display your standard...
Like curiosity
The
shops.
drawers seem to be crammed with Moddy's plug-in modification implant. Fester has quite a...
Can I impress you with my fake
It
credentials?
probably seems...
Nope. Do you have any interest in a dustpan?
That's an interesting... It would appear... That's... Your word... Used...
Go ahead and look around.
Okay. Feels like that's a strikeout, but who knows? Can we barter our way into the hotel? Or can we get the guy drunk?
As cool as it would be to interface the...
Every now and then they want to make you watch the whole walk animation before they tell you you're stupid. Hey, sweetie.
It probably seemed like...
Didn't seem like a good idea. Seemed like a really irresponsible idea. But okay, offer the booze to everyone because the booze is new.
It probably seemed...
True flies, ha ha ha. Are we still banned from here? Does anyone in the... Yeah.
Hold it.
Okay. Thank you, game, for narrowing the range of possible options, even though, yeah, I've been struggling despite the fact that we're already in a very restricted space. Wait, can Roger drink this?
Roger, you're enough of a mess when you're straight. Get it?
Okay.
As cool. Excellent. That's an excellent. It would appear. It probably. It would appear. Boy, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Okay. And once again, what do we have still? Fake security credentials. Oh, there better not be like an employee discount. Do beam contracts with the security company. We have no choice but to verify every stupid theory. Annoyingly, this one makes you believe that maybe.
Boy, wouldn't it be?
Yes.
Excellent. It would appear that.
So the tricky part here, in particular, is just that I'm back to having no real idea. Like, not just no idea what to do, which has been frequent in this little segment, but like not even having a sense of a goal. Like the goal is, we're back to the goal being accumulate puzzle points. Oh, and got him unstuck. No, I didn't. Not that unstuck. There he goes. Did I miss something in the bootlicker place? You want to talk to me now that I have booze?
Don't put your.
You got something else to say?
What? What's the problem, Sonny? Having trouble with the bottle? Oh, yeah. Those highly complex twist tops can really boggle the mind, can't they? Just grab the bottle with one hand and twist the top with the other. You'll get the hang of it. Now, run along. I'm a real busy man.
Wow, thanks for being a condescending jerk. What if I use the hand specifically on the top, though?
Don't mess with it, or the deal might be off.
What deal?
Don't mess with. It's that cold Saurian brandy. Yuck! It has a fish floating in the bottom. Oh well, to each their own.
You had to walk back onto the screen to travel to here. Interesting how it's just like, no, you definitely can't walk up here.
The only way customers could see out of that place is to break some holes. That's some seriously dirty glass. Heck, it might not even be glass. The constantly dripping atmosphere could have carried down corrosives which ate away the glass, leaving a mineral-like residue behind. A petrified window, if you will.
Okay.
You can't. The interesting parking technique employed by the. That wouldn't prove fulfilling. Don't.
Some of these lines are clearly said in a different recording
That's
session
still-
where they had the mic set up slightly differently. Okay. Play the stupid arcade game for a moment. I will be Lairman. A is back. D is forward. I don't think they should have done Q, U, and E. Q, W, and E as the attack buttons. They should have done something where you can use both hands. This game is not making anybody forget Street Fighter. And I just mean Street Fighter, like Street Fighter 1. The game that everyone has actually forgotten entirely. It does seem easier so far. But I remember last time I got going good, and then just like a rubber band AI'd on me, and Big Mo just started nailing his moves. Like, even when he missed. And his attacks do more damage. Significantly more damage. And all of a sudden, my buttons aren't even doing attacks. Nice finishing move, at least. Okay. Does this matter? Is there anything to be gained from winning once?
Rumble.
The only way to find out, besides cheating, which I'm trying not to do. Wish the pipe move did more damage. But yeah, the only way to find out is to do it. And his attacks just get to do so much more damage than mine. And it's not fun. Some of the other Space Quest arcade mini games, even if they're not great, are something. This is very much nothing. Yeah. We'll play Space Quest well into the summer as I master the Three Stooges fighting game, only to confirm that it has no impact on anything.
Big Mo wins the match. He
Moitered you. It ain't a war, it's a moiter. Can I go play with this game with this guy?
Don't touch that.
Nope.
We don't know where you've been.
Haha. Do not want to continue doing this. And yet, how am I for time? Well, I promised Danielle I'd be wrapped up within 1 hour and 15 minutes from now. I think I'll be okay. But let's try. Let's try Coily. Hey, Mo.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Michael Buffer's not paying close attention to the video game space, or he would have sued the hell out of them for using his trademark phrase. Also, maybe that's part of the development problem. They spend way too much budget getting the rights. Does not seem to be important to switch up your moves. Wait.
Oh, a wise guy. Oh, a wise guy. Oh, a wise guy.
Did that one do no damage to him, or is that just a misperception on my part? Doesn't matter if you dodge, he just gets to hit you. But then what if the answer is like lose, playing as all three of them, and then a crowd gathers around to mock you for being a loser, and then the next thing in the plot happens? Ah.
Big Mo wins.
Was that any closer? Is that where I always just about have him when he goes into overdrive? I don't know. Bought that Marvel vs. Capcom collection so that Greg and I could play the Punisher game. And I'm way better at fight. I'm still not good at fighting games. Really like my biggest gaming Achilles heel. But I'm much better with an arcade stick. Turns out that making all the obnoxious button combinations that the Capcom fighting games require you to make to execute special moves, all the directional pads like sweeps and hold left and then suddenly press right, like all the things that are not easy to do with a gamepad, are much easier to execute reliably with a joystick. And I've got those joysticks also because of me and Greg, so that was nice. At any rate, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, tremendous game, much better than Stooge Fighter. Although my opinion will change in an instant if I actually win here. I'll be like, okay, no, you know what? This is a gentleman's game. Oh, no. Feels rigged, eh? All of a sudden his moves do absurd chunks of my health bar. Okay.
Big Mo wins the match. He moitered you.
He moited me, yep. Okay, game over, man. Okay, this doesn't feel like it's getting me to the promised land. But if we play a third time, not that I haven't already lost as Mo. But yeah, this is easily the worst Space Quest arcade minigame. That includes the speeder bike thing in the first game that I won, I'm pretty sure, by turning the game speed down and save scumming.
Oh, a wise guy. See that?
Yeah.
Hit that. See that? Hit that.
At least he's killing me very quickly. But yeah, let's get some discussion about the punish windows and hitboxes in this game. I'll say it. They're opaque to me, but like I said, I'm not great at fighting games, so if it turns out to be something I'm supposed to be getting the cigarette butts, ignoring the game. Okay, now that I've said it, I must.
Don't pick at it. You'll. It feels. Don't touch that.
No. Okay. Well, at least finding out. The thing is, like, it doesn't even feel like there's a little timing game here, because when he's actually, like, you know, kind of shucking and jiving, hopping forward and back, he, you don't get a hit on him if you time it when he's stepping back. The times that you get hits just seem to be just when it lets you. No secret message when you suck enough.
Don't pick at it.
A different alien is here.
It wouldn't be. Don't touch that.
Oh, come on. He was on the continue screen. You can join.
Don't. This little purple being is kicking Fanny on this game. He's.
Okay. Is there a
It
specific
probably
spot
excellent,
where you smash the bottle?
excellent guess. Boy, as
No. Not that I really believe there would be. All right. I said this was going to be a thing I was finally going to do last summer. But I really want to do the 30-minute retro review gimmick. Playing different retro games for 30 minutes and exploring, doing some more bite-sized stuff alongside the long plays. And Waffle Syrup suggested the excellent idea of playing UFO 50. And I think what I would really like to do is to both do the retro review gimmick with actual retro games and do it with UFO 50. And treat it like a historical project, learning about this developer. Still haven't successfully... Oh, wait, no, we have used the dustpan once. Do we talk to the Borg now?
Hey!
he ignores you. Get used to it.
Do we get him drunk? I would love to not ask for a nudge again. Just out of pride. Can I just attack him?
Let's not.
No. Is there something else in the arcade that I could use money on? I mean, it claims to let me spend. Shows a thing where Buckazoids are being inserted somewhere. Yeah, like, make my way sequentially through the UFO 50 games, but when I notice, like, oh, hey, like, Waffle Syrup already told me, like, there's one that's basically Lolo. Okay. Just need to make some stream overlays. If I'm going to commit to that gimmick, I want to have something more than just a crummy logo I made years ago that I don't like, but I don't have a new idea. Okay.
That's an X. It probably as X. It probably seemed like a good idea.
Weird how the two mini purchase things so far, that I can play a game in the arcade and that I can buy drinks, at least before everyone in the bar possibly got killed. Oh, cool. Uninvited is not a game that I've played much of. Like, I've played enough to know that at least on the... well, I've played the NES version enough to be like, oh, yes, it's like Shadowgate and Deja Vu. But it... the box art held some space in my mind when I was a kid. Is it the box art or just the screenshot on the back? I'm not sure. Oh my goodness. Uninvited. Going to Moby Games to find the box art. It is not the goofy front of the box art for the NES. It was specifically the sudden death where you approach a guest and she turns to you and she has a skull face and she reaches out. It says ARG next to it on the back. Thank heavens, beauty is only skin deep. That specific image made an impression on me as a kid, even though I never did rent the game. I do remember that it was specifically at the video store / mini golf in Truro, where my aunt took me when I was visiting. I also remember the one time I was like, can we play mini golf there? And they were shocked. Someone actually wants to play the stupid mini golf? And it sucked. It was the worst maintained mini golf I'd ever seen. Ever encountered. Okay, we're getting nowhere. Running low-ish on time, but not that low. Brother, can you spare a Buckazoid?
Excellent guess, Crest. It probably seemed like a good...
Seems just like a kind thing to do. Can I freeze my fish
That's
liquor?
an interesting idea.
Can I get a refund?
Boy, wouldn't it be cool.
Are you sure you
That's
don't
an
want this? Okay. Acquiring it gave me puzzle points, but that doesn't even necessarily mean that I was supposed to do it, because what if that's a purchase you make later when you turn your 50 buckazoids into 100 buckazoids by doing one thing? And who can say? Who can say? It could be that I'm correct. I don't believe I can, but you know what? Why wouldn't I try again?
Deep inside, he chuckles to himself.
Yes,
I
know that.
You might actually care what you have to...
Because, yeah, they have the, like, literal identical interface. I read the Trickster on the Adventure, it's now called the Adventurers Guild blog, when he was doing it as a solo blog before he handed off control to his audience to retire from blogging his adventure game playing. It changed to the Adventurers Guild from the Adventure Gamer. At any rate, the Trickster played those games, and I've read his playthroughs, and they all sound frustrating as hell. Especially the Uninvited. And, like, maybe I should try them sometime. Lots of things I want to try. We're going to start getting interesting once this winter term wraps up. I keep claiming. And perhaps it'll be true. There's the Borg. Okay. I hope it's not offer the alcohol to the pimp on the rare occasions when he shows up. But let's just prove that it's not that.
As cool as it would...
Yeah. I can't talk to him?
Let's not.
No. Okay. I do need to use the washroom, and I will try to decide if I want to ask for one last nudge or if I just want to bang my head against the wall for a few more minutes and give up. We'll see. Hang tight, gang. I'll be right back with you. And we're back. Okay. But why are we back? I don't know. What have I done? Clicked out of the window. Lock the mouse into the window so that I can successfully leave this screen. Hey, the Borg has captured me, huh? Nope. He was just stuck on me. He's just an arbitrary dude. Use the liquor on the street light.
It probably seemed like...
No, it didn't seem like a good idea.
The street light adds illumination to an area. A mechanical traffic light... Real...
Rex, hello. I'm quite well. It's my birthday weekend, so that's exciting. Okay, hold on. It's made its way back.
Boy, wouldn't it be cool if that
Although from what
really
I understand,
worked?
I'm shaving it tomorrow. I don't know what my secret birthday thing is, but I do think it's going to involve.
Hey,
Yeah.
He ignores you.
Can we just fight him?
Let's not.
Thank you. Thank you, Rex. And made pretty good progress today, although it looks like, barring a miracle, I'm going to come 1 point shy because I have to wrap up fairly soon because apparently my birthday, even though my official birthday is tomorrow, and I've been told I have no free time tomorrow. I apparently also have no free time after 5 p.m. today. So there's some kind of Saturday evening thing involved. But I don't know what it might be. Who knows? Who knows? So yeah, I made some progress. I've earned 99 puzzle points today without ever getting any closer to having a sense of what I'm supposed to be doing. Which is what it is.
Another in the wide variety of life forms you've seen on this planet. This guy just how did all these forms.
Oh my goodness. Enough to really kind of
An overhead screen advertise. It's called.
give me a sore shoulder. I'm going to be 40. It's the big one, or one of the big ones so far. But fortunately, I remain young at heart. And fairly young in the skin. My secret is that I've never once gone outside in the sun. Life begins, they say, at 40. Just how I'm deciding to treat it, because I'm pretty
You can't read.
enthusiastic about not really the general course of human history right now, but I feel like I'm on a good track. I feel like things are going well professionally. But more importantly, oh ho, happy, much belated. In fact, you're approaching the halfway mark to 51.
Excellent. As cool.
Nobody wants to get drunk with me. Like, I know the general goal is obviously to get Roger to 300 buckazoids so he can pay for his room. But it's opaque to me right now at all what I should be doing to do anything. Can't go back into the Orion's belt. Bottle just the right size to sit in the hole.
Yes, you actually.
Can I heat it up?
That's an interesting.
Yeah, the look is good. This is definitely not my favorite Space Quest game, but it does look good. And this is the final one. And so like every seminal Sierra series so far that I've played, which is Quest for Glory and King's Quest before this, it's going out on a development issues harmed the overall game note. Good, that like looks good. Voice acting is pretty good so far, except that you do get the feeling they had planned to write more incidental dialogue, more jokes for the many, many aliens who you can't talk to.
It probably
did not.
It would appear.
I really don't like the it probably seemed like a good idea at the time response, because it didn't. Ooh. That doesn't surprise me to hear, Cedric. I know Police Quest doesn't, in the sense that I did not like SWAT to the extent that that is really a new Police Quest game. It isn't just taking the Police Quest branding and sticking on a whole new series. Did not love SWAT when I played it as a kid. Okay, Is there something here I could have clicked to do something different?
Careful, boy. You don't want to be pricking yourself with one of those.
That's not to what? It's empty.
Don't touch that sign, son. Now, wait a minute. There's something familiar about you.
Yeah?
Go ahead and look around, partner.
Nope.
I'll be glad to answer any questions you might have about my fine line of merchandise. Yes, sirree. Have a look.
But I can't make a purchase.
It probably seemed like a good idea. That's an... It would have... That's an... As cool as it would... Excellent. That's an As...
All right. I leave it to the discretion of the audience in the know whether you wish to nudge me and see me make more progress, or whether you just want to hang out. And while I don't feel confident that I'm going to stumble on it today, maybe the fresh eyes thing works, and then you feel proud of me instead of vaguely disappointed because I figured it out for myself.
It won't budge. It's seriously closed.
Okay. What if we lubricate it by smashing a bottle on it?
It would appear that merging those two items...
Ah. Thank you, Rex.
That's an interesting idea.
You do think it's a progress flag issue. Okay. Okay. If it's progress flags, give me the vaguest nudge you can think of. But just get me somewhere to start arbitrarily clicking. Yeah, if you've only played Space Quest 2, Rex, there's no chance. Because this is not, whatever it is not something that you could even just figure out by being logical. It's in the arcade. Okay. I will ask the clarifying question. Is it that I need to win at Stooge Fighter? Yes and no. Okay. First.
As cool.
Some stupid gimmick here. You get to keep this, so that feels significant. Smash the bottle
That's
on it. Get the fish out. No. Okay. Is it just arbitrarily play so much Stooge Fighter? Probably not. Okay, hold on. Yeah, okay.
It feels...
Winning is not the flag.
Nope. It would... It feels... That's... Your utterances fall on uninterest... This one's Coily Joe. Coily's bulk belies the finesse-laden look-up, look-down move, and the nyeh hand in the face. He also has the raw power to deliver a stunning fist-on-nose overhand. A powerful package indeed.
There's all kinds of
Big Mo.
classic cinema
Big
and
Mo's
television and
specialties on a
comedy
face
of
slap,
various
and
sorts
a particularly
that I've
effective
engaged
hair
with.
pull guaranteed
And
to
just
make
like,
even Jordy's
old stuff in
eyes
general.
water.
I'm going to be appearing on a campus radio show to just as the first faculty member that ever appeared on this show that they've been doing, where the guest picks an artist who they like, and then you pick 5 songs, and then I guess we're going to play the songs and talk about them, listen to songs by people who are influenced. I don't know. Student asked me to do it. I say yes to whatever the students ask me to do. That's how I found out I wanted to be a drag queen when I was 40 years old.
He has a mean ear twist, a sinus-draining nose tweak, and he does a pretty respectable crowbar to the nose. He is not one to be underestimated. Not much going on there, eh? It looks a lot more detailed than it did in Space Quest 4, that's for sure.
I like the touch of an ashtray
That
built into
bores me so.
Okay.
Each of these buttons performs a different function.
Let's just...
It feels slightly gritty. Don't touch that.
Turns out you need to figure out the like Konami code of Scumsoft.
Don't touch that. That.
Oh god. Having said that, not that I necessarily think it's going to be a Konami code, but is there anything about Stooge Fighter in this sort of in the fiction? Doesn't look likely, but hold on. Doesn't look like it. And yeah, what if it was just like in the classified, someone puts a thing that reveals to you. Okay. I want to believe that's not what it's telling me. Alright. Well.
Don't touch.
Clicked arbitrarily on everything.
Your words. Your utterance.
Okay. Well. Try one more time. I don't know why. Cedric quite literally said the... But what if it is the you lose X number of times and then something happens? An alien makes fun of you. They all pelt you with things. And one of the things they pelt you with you pick up. You get 2 puzzle points, exceeding your goal of 100. Every time he steps back, I want to try to step forward. It's annoying in fighting games when the final boss has arbitrarily powerful attacks relative to the average.
Rumble.
Hey, a little guy just appeared out of the ashtray. It would be goofy indeed. Wait, could I have tried to use my mouth to talk to the ashtray? Try anything once.
It wouldn't be prudent to do that at this juncture. That wouldn't prove fulfilling.
I don't think the little...
Big Mo.
I think that's just a fun graphical thing, but what if it's not? Yeah, well done, Big Mo. Game over, man. Nothing happens in the arcade. Okay.
You start to say something, and then you remember that you're supposed to be a man of action, not words. Or is that the other way around?
It's the other way around. Try talking, Roger. No.
That's an interesting idea. Not a
It
good
was.
one, but
An interesting one. It'll let you use the item. It does not seem likely that using the item by gimmicking around the fact that it won't let you access your pockets doesn't seem likely to be the answer. And yet,
as cool, it probably excellent. That's an it.
yet what if I could scrape the gum off with this security card? Is there something to do with when this guy moves away from there? Is he ever gone away from there long enough for me to look at where he's standing?
Boy, wouldn't it? As cool. It would appear. It probably. That's an excellent.
Even though
Boy,
we know this place
boy,
is rampant with
excellent.
drug users and other
Boy,
delinquents.
wouldn't it? Excellent.
Will you go back there and play that game?
Don't pick at it. You'll
Nope.
only make it worse.
It's just like, I wish there were bespoke error messages. Why doesn't Roger want to play that game? Don't pick at it, she'll make it worse.
Look, it's the hot new game, Stooge. These lava screens from Magmetheus show soothing visuals while playing hot techno-lava tunes like, what's lava got to do with it? You always hurt the one you lava, and just let your lava flow. Now that's an interesting specimen. Is this place the backwoods of the universe or what?
I don't know. I've already tried to see if he likes drinking.
Boy, wouldn't...
Is that just playing the game?
That's not recommended. That'll either get an appendage removed or a date you really don't want.
What you're saying makes no sense. Because it's a generic error message. Okay. Well, what if... What if what? What is your theory of change here, James? No theory, no method at all, no idea.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Can I get drunk now?
As cool, it would appear, as cool as it would be to interface these two items, no good would come of it.
So it's probably not cleverly use your item on that guy while you're playing the game and he pops out. Remember when it was Astro Chicken? And it was a frustrating Lunar Lander game? It was still way better than this.
Big Mo wins.
He moited you. No, that doesn't say that till you lose the second round. Okay.
Rumble.
Don't you?
Okay. What if it's a stupid thing? What if you can get onto... No, you can't go all the way left and get on a different screen and then there's a message there or something. I'm traumatized by that Astro Chicken hiding a message that I never found. Separately, I just don't like not being able to win. But like, what am I supposed to do? When just if I even get a... Yeah, just he gets to just be like, okay, time for you to die. And the secret is not, Mo is the leader. Play as him.
You summon the ability to leave it alone.
Big Mo wins the match. He moitered you.
Game over, man. Why does it end with a sort of Simpsons reference?
That's not recommended. Cool. It's a potential sucker trying to decide if it's worth it. There's a serious dweeb factor happening here. This humongous expensive game is an all-time favorite. You have to duplicate famous gourmet dishes while piloting vintage combat aircraft against the Nazi menace. It's called Secret Recipes of the Luftwaffe.
Okay. Can we play this stupid game?
It would appear... Boy... You drool in the...
Another problem of there being so many like dead spots where there's no like custom narration and stuff is that when you do hit one of the spots where they had custom narration, it immediately makes you think, well, this must be significant. Hey, now it's a mushroom guy.
It looks like someone you'd want to just run up to and pound with a mallet. Unfortunately, you're fresh out of mallets.
Also, that would be sociopathic. Don't do that to a stranger. Hey, gang. No? So Roger will go over here.
You summon...
But he won't join in, even though the guy's clearly playing a...
That's an...
Maybe mushrooms like drinking this horrible fish whiskey.
Cool.
Or brandy.
That's an interesting... Boy, it probably...
Okay. Well, let's die like I lived. Play a game that I don't like. Mo is the leader. Wait, what? Was this guy ever appearing on the stare at the arcade screen mode? Maybe I should have waited there to see. I don't think he is, because I feel like I would have noticed by now.
Let's get ready to rumble!
But who knows? Who can say?
See that? Hit that.
What if it's like Urban Champion? The way I'm going to win is by pushing him all the way to the edge and he falls down that subway.
See that? Hit that.
No. This is the kind of fighting game where it doesn't matter. You corner your opponent, you control the space, it doesn't matter. They'll just stop acknowledging your attacks and you'll be defeated. And also they'll use their giant attacks.
Oh, a wise guy. Oh, a wise guy. Oh, a wise.
Quelly Joe wins.
Rumble.
See that? Hit that. See that? Hit that. Oh, a wise guy. Oh, a wise guy. See that? Hit that.
Can I just break the joystick and or the buttons?
Quelly Joe wins the match. He moitered you.
There's no up on the joystick, so we can't try the Konami code. Okay, sitting still to see if this little jerk ever appears. I don't think he does.
So this is Stooge Fighter 3. Doesn't look so tough to me.
Say, partner, care to indulge in a friendly game?
Well,
By the
okay.
way, the name's Jerkwad. What's your mama call you?
A mistake. But my friends call me Roger.
Oof.
Roger Wilco.
Well, it's darn fine to meet you, Roger. So, what do you say to a friendly little round of stew?
Tongue of the Fat Man? Is that what this says? It's cutting off slightly. There's a Twitch chat rendering quirk. Tongue of the Fat Man. Alright. Well, obviously, I don't even know what it... I had to look at the game, go away without pressing it, and then talk to that guy. Or perhaps I had never tried to talk to him. It's a cocktail mode fighting game, which is interesting. Means we both have our own screen. I didn't ever hit talk on him. Well, did that to myself. Part of the reason was because it didn't feel like I was getting bespoke text, I think, when I used look on him. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I've heard of some... I feel like Mondo's Palace feels familiar to me, but... Now, there's no reason that in versus play that one player should get to have devastating attacks. So maybe the key to winning is to play against the Hammerhead Shark, or maybe it's a matter of lose to him. And you triggered the flag. We'll find it. Oh, good. He does get to just to do devastating attacks. I sure hope the answer here is just to lose to this guy then.
Oh, a wise gun. See that? Hit that.
Imagine someone who played so much Space Quest 6 that when Smash Bros came out, they were like, well, this can't be it's impossible for this to be a good game because the moves are just mapped to simple inputs. I've played fighting games that don't have complicated special move inputs, and they're just terrible.
Rumble.
See that? Hit that. See that? Hit that.
At least he's getting it over with quickly this time.
Wise guy.
The Hammerhead Shark guy goes, oh man, I got my confidence back now. I've been on a losing streak. The only way I can think of to repay you. Rex, I didn't notice at first either, so no shame there. But even more, I played the entire Quest for Glory VGA remake to the end, and then started playing the original EGA game. And it wasn't until I got to the Three Stooges sequence in the EGA one that I was like, oh, are these guys the Three Stooges? And it's not subtle.
Wow, man. I guess I got real lucky. Or maybe you were holding back on me. Nah, you wouldn't do that, would you? You don't look that bright. I mean, that probably isn't your style. Wanna play again?
I really badly don't. And yet... Let's find
I
out.
thought it over. I think I'll give it a try. Let's do it, tentacle head.
Oh, those are tentacles. It's reading this guy as a Hammerhead Shark.
You're gonna bring good money at the slave colony.
Oh, earlier when I was saying that whole... I've engaged with tons of classic media from 100 years ago. But the Three Stooges are something I really only know through cultural osmosis. I'm not sure that I've ever seen... Like, I think the most direct Three Stooges... that I've interacted with. Three Stooges Media is the NES game, which is like a mini game compilation where you're trying to raise money through winning the mini games to save the orphanage.
Let's get ready.
Oh, I sure hope I don't have to beat this shark somehow, because boy, this game is rigged. Unless there's just a gimmick to it that I haven't figured out. Same. That's because I have watched a lot of Marx Bros movies. I love the Marx Brothers. Now he's turning it on. Yeah, like it's not like it's subtle. It's not like they gave him different names. They didn't cover anything up here. The game is called Stooge Fighter. There's quite a few indications that should tip you off like almost immediately, and yet he's toying with me with his fancy footwork. How am I for time? I need to end in like the next 20 minutes. Will that entire time be spent playing Stooge Fighter 2, 3, and hoping that it reveals something to me?
Big Mo wins.
A big tell will be after we play against this guy the second time. If he beats us the second time, does his victory dialogue change? Well, there's no mortality until he beats me in the second round. And then instead of fatality, it says he moited you. Which makes sense. Kind of a jumbled reference. Wait, can I just get a flawless victory on him for some reason? Is this scripted to happen? I don't know. I mean, we'll know if it's a scripted flawless victory, or we'll know it's not. Great question, Rex. It's literally my best friend Rich, who is the you can see him if you come to Friday Night Frosthaven, and a friend of ours from the past, our friend Robert. When they were in junior high, they started making movies together. You know, take Robert's home video camera, make a movie. I didn't go to junior high with these dudes. And the fake production name they made up for their movie studio was 58 Dream Street. There's nothing behind it but that. When I met them in high school, I gradually became friends with the two of them over the course of grade 10. And then just as the first summer started, they invited me to come be in one of their movies. And when I was told that it is a 58 Dream Street production, I latched onto that in a, hey guys, I'm here too. I'm part of the gang now way. And then many years later, we were playing Gloomhaven during the pandemic, and I figured out a way for us to play it online. And then the origin of me streaming at all is that one day Greg said, this could be a stream, us just hanging out playing Gloomhaven. We didn't do it until Frosthaven, but and Rich and Robert got really into that idea, and I was just like, whatever. Didn't know anything really about streaming. And yet, it turned out, because I'm the one who runs the game, it turned out I had to do all the work to set up the streaming channel. And I did. And then before I was like, all right, time to register a Twitch account now that I've learned how to do all this.
Big Mo wins
I was like,
the match.
but guys, what is our name?
Moited you.
And we started debating, and then Rich was like, no, wait, we have a name. It's 58 Dream Street. I was like, okay, great. And here we are.
This guy's good. You
all
can
these years
kiss
later.
This game goodbye.
Yeah, like I need you rubbing it in.
Moited.
Sorry.
Okay. That was different dialogue. Now is something different somewhere in the world. There's a new alien.
What is that? It looks like a punk grasshopper. What would Darwin think of this place?
Yes,
Hey!
He ignores me.
You. Get used to it.
Get used to it. We couldn't script the non-significant NPCs in this game. No. I think Rich has some of them.
Hey!
He ignores.
And most specifically, the one I'm most proud of, not because it's all that great, but Rich and I were all three of us were in film and video class at our high school in the 12th grade. And for one of our projects that Robert didn't work on, but Rich and I did together for our term project, we made a very simple, hey, here's a new thing.
No, can it be? It is. It's Elmo Pug, the former CEO of Scumsoft. Hard times have hit him like a ball-peen hammer between the eyes. Maybe there is a karma fairy.
Let's speak to him.
Say, you look familiar. Didn't I kick your butt in a huge robot once?
Yep. Callback
Oh, yeah,
to Space
that.
Quest
I
3.
hope to forget that. It was the beginning of my undoing. I was a laughingstock around the company in the final days of Scumsoft. Oh well, if that hadn't gotten
It
me,
is.
some of my other creative management techniques would have.
I'll finish what I was saying
And
in a
looking
moment.
at the big picture, I suppose that arrangement left me with all my physical assets intact. Not a single other thing, unfortunately. I'm humiliated to admit that I have, on rare occasion, resorted to selling cheat sheets for arcade games. I've got to maintain a fairly modest profile, I guess you could say.
Soon as it said it's the Scumsoft guy, I was like, we're now going to become cheaters somehow.
Wow.
Or he's going to
That's
teach
all
us the
very
secrets.
interesting. And very boring, if you don't mind my saying. What I want to know is, can you sell me a cheat sheet for Stooge Fighter 3?
Well, I think I may be able to facilitate that. I may have one in stock. Okay, here's what I need from you. A nice new bottle of Cold Sordian brandy. If you can deliver that, I think we can call it a deal.
It's a barter.
My people, I'll be waiting to take delivery from you so that we can put a bow on this deal. Catch you later.
Wouldn't you know? Okay, so let me finish my thought. The short film follows me as an unnamed guy waking up in his home and realizing that he's overslept. His alarm didn't go off for school. He goes to run. His mother is just walking out of the door. He's like, "Mom, wait, I need a ride." She just shuts the door and walks away. He's like, okay, whatever. Then we join him. He's running up to school and he goes in to go to his class, but he looks into the class that he's late for and it's the wrong people. And he's like, what? I thought that I was supposed to be here. And then as he goes around, no one will speak to him. Can you see where this is going? He's a ghost. So at some point late after, like, he gets more and more like, he's like trying to speak to people and they just walk past him. He's like, what the hell? And then he sees the in memoriam plaque for himself that he died last year. And then he's like, no. And he's running through the halls and he's yelling at people, just look at me. And they won't. And then he runs towards the big double doors and he pushes the double doors open. In our big special effects shot was we got one shot of me bursting out of the doors from outside. And then we got another shot of the doors swinging closed from outside. And then we faded them across each other and the ghost me vanishes at the end.
Yes.
It was not particularly profound, but it was fairly well executed. Everyone was blown away by the special effect.
I have another party on his way interested in the same item. Oh well, his loss. Well, I'll take that off your hands. Now,
I enjoyed it, and me and my buddy,
I'm certain you'll find the game
me and the drummer
much
of my
more
high school
interesting
band got together in an afternoon and just made a song.
Also, you look like you could use this fish. Enjoy, Mr. Wilco. I have a real important business in another part of town.
How do you get the fish out of the bottle without smashing it?
By the way, I'd appreciate if you'd not mention our meeting to anyone. Some of those purple-skulled old stockholders really hold a grudge, okay? Bye-bye.
Yeah. Like, it's not profound, but it's like a simple little twist. It was pretty well executed. I'm not a good actor, but I'm good enough to seem frantic. It's to seem increasingly frantic for a couple of minutes. And then the one simple special effect, like, people were blown away by the special effect. It's not that clever. We just put a camera on a tripod so that it was definitely the same shot and then just faded them. But it was cool. No, we'll just call it cheat sheet. Okay. So I hit my goal over 100 points, but let's also find it. ABBACACA. It is a code. I had actually not seen The Sixth Sense by that time, even though it had been out for years. I probably knew the twist. But I don't know if I was thinking of a specific Twilight Zone or anything, but like, I might have even been thinking of the joke on Friends where Joey gets cast in a movie where, yeah, I think that was it. He gets cast in a movie called Shutter Speed, where he dates a girl, she disappears, he goes, and they go, Rachel's been dead for 10 years. Okay. ABBA, CACA. Abakaka. I'll probably still be here when you get back. I do have... Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have enough time to go and cheat. Oh, nice.
Hi, Mr. Jerkwad. How about another game of Stooge Fighter?
For a second,
I'm
I was like,
feeling a little
Roger,
luckier this
you gotta
time.
get yourself killed.
You know, kid, I'd really like to, but I need a little more of a challenge. Take a long walk off a short asteroid, okay?
What's the matter? Afraid a measly little pencil-necked low-life janitor and general waste of human life is going to embarrass you in front of your
Roger,
friends?
you have saved the universe
Well
4
said.
times and saved 2 random
Hold
dudes
on
once.
there, you little puke. I'm not afraid of some puny little zit on
Well,
the
you
butt
saved,
of the
at the
universe.
very least, you've saved Xena on your home planet
Jerkwad
several
is
times.
a scaredy cat. Jerkwad is a scaredy cat.
All right, you little wad of spit. Let's play. I'll waste you.
All right.
Tell you what.
Now we find out.
Let's make it interesting. If you win, I'll give you 300 buckazoids. However, if I win, you're mine to do with as I see fit. The deal?
Don't know if I want to see that death sequence. Abakaka.
Oh, this is gonna be fun! Oh, you're a bit puny, but I'm sure I'll be able to get a few
I'm assuming I need to
buckazoids
type
for
it in
you over at
manually.
the slave colony.
I'm sorry. I don't think I heard you quite right. Did you say slave colony?
Too late to back out, Borg breath.
I knew that.
Okay. Let's find out if it's, do we put this in during gameplay or before? Okay. Let's be Lair Man. What about the special key for pressing this? No, you must click. All right. I'll at least wait until they're next to each other.
Get ready to rumble.
Got him with the finger gun.
Win. Choice. Victory.
Choice.
Rumble.
Well, it's satisfying to wrap up on some forward progress. Didn't get a double choice victory though. No, I was hoping there were 3 different finishing moves. Maybe I should have tried to finish him with a special
the
move.
match.
Alarman. All right.
How lucky can a guy get? That was pure luck. Gee.
Where's my money?
Yeah, don't be funny with my money, honey.
Here.
Hey,
Now, if I were you, I'd make myself scarce, you little lump of phlegm. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose my temper, and all that's gonna be left of you is teeth and toenails.
hey, you know what? Honorable of him to not only pay up, but not just kill Roger. Because surely he could have just killed Roger. Surely now we can attract the lady of the evening. But let's actually do the thing it seems indicated that we should do. Yeah.
Okay, son, you just
He wasn't
scribble
suspicious
your old
either.
bill
He's
chatting on
not the
register
brightest
screen and I'll get your key card.
tentacle-headed
Fine
alien.
room as you'll find on this orb.
You have a brief moment of what you think is cleverness. You decide to wittily sign the name Franzel Neekberm.
Thank you for your circumspection, Cedric.
Okay, here's your key card. Don't lose it. Room 1220J.
The AGI font doesn't do whatever punctuation you were doing, but we understand that you were basically indicating
I
a.
had a buckazoid for every time I'd seen that name.
What are
I'd
they
be
called?
sitting pretty.
You
I could
know,
afford
the
one of those
aliens,
fancy fur-lined
the
donut
finger
thingies
aliens,
that-
doing word swaps.
what was I
What the hell are they
saying?
called? It doesn't matter. I'll remember when I play Space Quest. All right,
enjoy
Star
your
Control 3 again.
stay. If you need anything, don't hesitate to tell someone.
Gee, thanks. Say, could you tell me where...
I'm a real busy guy, son. You got any questions, why don't you just go find the Chamber of Commerce and talk to them. I'm sure they'll be glad to help you out. Be seeing ya.
Okay. Did you give me my room key? Yes.
It's the key card to your luxurious suite at the charming Dew Beam Inn.
1220J.
The room number is 1220J.
Let's see if I can...
What was that supposed?
No, choose it. Okay, let's see if I can get there. Can I just do this, or do I need to scan the thing? No, I can do it. Just goes to the floor I'm supposed to be on, and there's room 1220J. So there wasn't necessarily a puzzle here. There's just a murder cat. They were trying to anticipate the future, but it turns out we made our murder robots look like dogs.
Those two goony-looking dudes from the lobby walking in your direction at a rather deliberate pace. Perhaps they're going to welcome you to the place or show you where the ice machine is.
Let's go in the room, Roger. No? I would...
Hey there, pal. Got a second? Me and my friend here was wondering something.
Fire away. What did you want to know?
Well, we was wondering if you'd have any objection to us pounding you senseless. Grab 'em and let's get moving. I gotta report in soon.
Okay.
You puny little scumbag. I can't believe anyone would want you. One thing's for sure. You sure ain't gonna be seeing your home son ever again. Hey, Nigel, let's get back to it, huh? We got things to do and places to go. Now, just sit there and be still and be quiet, little man. I've got some things to finish before I finish you.
All right. What a perfect spot to end. It took us 2 sessions during which I amassed 154 puzzle points, but we have an inciting incident. This is not. Doesn't make any sense. The inciting incident is not what gets incited. Oh well. Okay. There we go. When next we join Roger, which I don't know if it's next weekend. So maybe it'll be Jamie playing Leisure Suit Larry. But next time we join Roger, we're in a story where he needs to accomplish things instead of just a slice of life where he's on shore leave, waiting to get kidnapped. So cool. You know, not certainly the worst puzzle design in a Space Quest game so far. I've not struggled this much with any of the Space Quest games. I don't think. Even when, like Space Quest 5, obviously, I had to take a week and think about it to kind of come with fresh eyes to that one sequence with WD-40. But yeah, But you know what? We're having fun, and we're on the path now. At least like no mystery right now. Next time I start up the game, we got to figure out how Roger is going to escape so that we can carry on. And indeed, we will do that when the time comes, which might be next week or might be in the future, because the Saturday gimmick is if I have time to get into full drag, my drag persona, Jamie Rose, will be playing Leisure Suit Larry in the Land of Lounge Lizards. But if it's just me, just regular old James, although probably Sans Stash next week. Yeah, you know what? The anti-grav rink was bad, but that was one hiccup in a sequence where the rest, like once I got over that, the sequence came together pretty quickly. The sequence to overcome that Enderdroid or whatever it was called was not just a single counterintuitive leap. Even after I saw what I was ultimately doing, there were things that didn't quite make sense to me. What are you going to do? Yeah, so check it out. No Disco Elysium tomorrow. I hate taking a week off from that game because I love it, but it's my birthday, and apparently I'm going to be having a lot of fun. Like I've said, I have some ideas what my secret birthday might like, except that like even the clues that I've perceived and the little connections I've made between little things Danielle has said and a few other facts that I've learned about the world, it suggests to me like a location and an event, but there's too many details. I can't put them all together in a way that makes sense yet. So I don't know, but I'm excited. And I'll tell you all about it when I find out what it is, which will be in the future. So no Disco Elysium more. That's a shame. Coming into this week, I believe we'll finally end the hiatus of Greg and James Beat 'em Up, and that Greg will join me on Wednesday, and that we will play a Beat 'em Up video game. And then Friday, I believe, unless Rich's things keep preventing him, because we couldn't play yesterday. We found out in the middle of the afternoon. Hopefully we'll be back to Friday Night Frosthaven, and we'll be playing something next Saturday before you know it. I don't know. And then it's not that far from the end of the school year. And then we'll get at least a little bit more going on here. And then eventually, after the end of the school year, like classes, we'll get the true end of the school year when I submit final grades. And then that will lead to more things. And then the true end of the school year, I'll eventually be on vacation. We're going to have some fun together in the coming days and months and weeks and months. And we also had fun today, and I hope you did, because I certainly did. So if you stuck around to the end, thanks for sticking around to the end. If you came and you left, you can't hear my voice, but I'm glad you stopped by anyway. So thanks for stopping by. And until next time, when I'm a 40-year-old man, oh my, take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone you meet.